Hello, and welcome back to another Rise of Empires video with me, Mr. Gill. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for all of your previous views, likes, comments, suggestions, subscriptions, and all of that jazz. If we wait for a second, this guy scratches his butt. Go on, do it. Scratch your butt. Scratch your butt. There he goes. Butt scratcher. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. Thank you so much for all of the previous, the couple of videos we did. Our return have been very well received. I appreciate lots of people saying welcome back, lots of people joining up again. I really appreciate it. So now let's get into some of the nitty gritty. Let's talk about heroes. Now, I want to remind everybody from the start that we are effectively going back to the start. We're going to relearn. Some things have changed, some things haven't. I've realized in the last 7 days of playing that I'm a moron and I can't remember anything about this game, and the things I do remember seem to have changed, and I'm definitely not as good as I used to be. Was I ever good? I don't think I was. But it's a struggle. This game requires a lot of pressing buttons and doing things constantly, and I'm finding that a little hard to keep up. We're only level 12 after 7 days, which is a shame. I would have preferred to be a bit further on, but life, work, and all of those things conspired against me this week. I actually got sick for like 5 days. It was very annoying. But anyway, we're here and we're going to talk about heroes today, basic heroes. Now, for those of you who don't know, heroes in this game are an integral part of how you win and how you succeed. There are several types of heroes. If we pop into the hero screen there, which is just that little icon down the bottom, we have combat and development heroes. Now, obviously, our combat heroes are the most important. This game is based on war. I have said before, it is actually a farming game, but it is still based on war, and there are fights you're going to have to do, so your combat heroes are the most important. We're going to be talking about those today. We're not going to be talking about development heroes. We will talk about those at some other point, but today we want to be talking about our combat heroes. Now, your combat heroes are the ones that you will place in charge of your legions. You will have various legions, and your combat heroes will slot in here. 3 heroes per legion once you unlock commanding banners in their particular research. So let's just go to that so that everybody can see what we're talking about. Not too bad. Research into here. Now, if we look at, say, class legion or legion 1, and then we pop here, you can see commanding banner. If I research this will allow me, no, sorry, hero corporation. Damn, I'm an idiot. I apologize. Hero corporation is what we're talking about. If I research this, I will be able to have 2 heroes in that legion, and if we scroll further down, if I research hero command, I will be able to have 3 in that legion. So once you've researched those things, you then can place certain heroes within those legions. Those heroes have particular skills and talents which are upgradable, which will enable your legion to be stronger. Now, there are 13 basic heroes within the game to start. Now, there are things called seasonal heroes, Season 1, 2, Season X, all of blah, blah, blah. That comes a lot later after you've done Reign of Chaos and all of those types of things. Today, we're just going to be talking about the 13 basics. And actually, we're not really going to be talking about 13, we're going to be talking about 12. One of those that you can get is this one here, Cleopatra the 7th. I didn't realize there were 7 Cleopatras, but supposedly there were. Cleopatra the 7th is something called an anniversary exclusive hero. This exclusive hero, I have no idea how you get, and I'm assuming it was some sort of event. I can find no information about it on the sides here or where to click, so we're going to ignore Cleopatra entirely. So we are left with 12 heroes. Those 12 heroes roughly fall into 2 types of heroes: suspicious, support heroes, or specialist heroes. So in that first tier of support heroes, we have people like Mulan, or who she's called the heroine of courage. We have Isabella here. We have Yukimura here, and we have Rough Rider. So these are heroes that, if you see here, they have this support, and they are support general. So these little tokens here, or icons here, are important because they give you a guide on where you should be placing that hero within the formation of your leader and what of your legion. sorry, and what that hero is good at helping out at. So these support type ones are best at the kind of mid or back row. So just to explain what I mean by that, mid or back row, if we click on our Legion here, we can see that we have 3 slots, yeah, and we can move this person around down to there or down to there. So this is our front row up the top. This is going to bear the brunt of all attacks or all defenses. This is our mid row here, and then obviously this is our back row here. Each of these heroes, these 12 heroes, will fit in a particular one of these, and that will be they will be more beneficial to you to have them. Their buffs will work better. So how do we work out where they're going to be placed? Well, as I said, they do have this little thing here which gives you an idea. So we can see here, this is a ranged hero, Queen Anne. This hero excels at ranged combat, suitable for leading mid or back row squads. So basically they're telling us that this should go in the middle or in the back. Now obviously when you want to attack, you want to consider who you're attacking, what you're attacking, and all that kind of jazz. It is important to think in terms of, you need, I guess, a tank up the front. So a tank is something that is going to be able to take a lot of those hits, still survive, and enable the following mid or back rows to attack and defeat the enemy. There is one particular hero here who is a bit of a tank, and I consider that to be North Rage. So the reason that North Rage is a tank is first that their skill is they excel at melee, so they are good at close range combat, so they should be good in the front. Now we could also see that if we click on these particular talents or skills down here, the skills themselves will give you an effective range. So we can see here that this second skill has an effective range of 2. That means it's going to reach the first row of your enemy and the second row of your enemy. We can see here, where's the other skills? I'm looking at the wrong ones. There we go. An effective range of 3, so that'll reach the front and the back, and then an effective range here of 2, which is the front and the mid. So effectively, North is just going to hit the first little bit of those people. The reason I think North Rage is a tank is that they have a HP skill here. So skill number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 is a HP skill. This will increase the HP or hit points for all the entire formation within that hero, whatever you put there, and I would suggest that's inventory, will go up each time you can increase this skill. They also have as their 7th skill, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 skill, sorry, HP Awaken. Now every one of the heroes has the Awaken skill, however some have HP Awaken, some have just standard Awaken, and some have another type of Awaken. However, what this one does is increase the amount of troops you can have, but this also increases HP. So effectively we have 2 ways of increasing the HP for North Rage, which in my view makes them a tank, so to speak. Anyway, that was a little bit of a diversion. Let's get back to it. We then have, as we said, we have the 4 support heroes, and we have the 8 specialist heroes. So the rest of them, Queen Anne, Boneless, Demon Spear, William Wallace, William the Conqueror, Kubla, North Rage, William Wallace, and Heaven's Justice are all more specialist heroes. So these guys will do things like they have ranged here. William Wallace he's ranged in general as well. Someone like who we're looking at, Demon Sphere here, is melee and footman. So these guys, unlike the support guys, are a little bit more particular, and you will put them with certain types of troops which will increase their effectiveness. Now within these 8 there are 3 that are high specialists. Okay, so there are 3 that are very good at what they do, and these are the 3 that everyone wants. These are the 3 that we want to set up in. If we were setting up a beautiful legion that was an all-round legion that has the best of the best early game, these are the 3 that we would want. We would want Demon Spear. Now the reason we want Demon Sphere is a melee and a specialist in footman. So this is a front row person, going right at the front, and their troops should be infantry. We can also see then that Boneless here is a specialist in ranged, so mid or back rows, and they're specialist in cavalry. Okay, so I would suggest probably Boneless is good at the back. And then also we have Kubla, who is a specialist in melee, and a where's Kubla? Why did I Kubla the one I wanted? Yeah, I guess so. Why did I think Kubla? Was it one other? Wait a second, now I'm confused. Where is Melee Footman? No, ignore Cleopatra. Now I've gone and confused myself. I think I've written down something wrong. Boneless is ranged cavalry. Melee foot. Ranged archer. Melee general. Melee general. Ranged general. Support general. I think we're actually meant to be looking at William the Conqueror. I apologize. Ranged general. Support general. I apologize. I am. What we should be looking at is William the Conqueror. So let me just repeat that. The three we kind of want are Demon Sphere, Boneless, and William the Conqueror. That's because they have this specialist in leading particular groups. So Demon Sphere for your infantry, Boneless for your cavalry, and let me just cross that out on my notes here. William the Conqueror for your archers. Now, having each one of those in their particular spots, so Demon Sphere up the front, cavalry at the back, which is Boneless, and William and the archers in the middle, is going to be the best all-round setup you could have early game. Now, that's great. That's fantastic. Okay, those are the ones we want. However, that's not how heroes work. So, obviously, we do not get a choice on what heroes we receive. Our heroes are randomly chosen through the method of recruiting heroes in the bar. We have three types of tickets: the normal, the advanced, and the super. The super obviously being the ones that after a certain amount of draws, 10 draws here, you can see we are guaranteed an epic or a legendary hero. That is an orange or a purple hero. We want the oranges, they are the best. Advanced recruitment doesn't guarantee that, normal recruitment doesn't. However, within normal, within advanced, and you do have a random chance to get an orange. It is a very low random chance for that as well. You can see here individual properties, you can have a look through and see everything. Oh my god, there's a lot of oh my, interesting. The Boneless, Demon Sphere, and William the Conqueror, the ones I said we should want, said joining in week 7. Potentially they're not available to me right now. That is semi-annoying. Okay, that's quite annoying. Now you can see also there's a lot more here. But yeah, you can look at season 1s and season 4s and all that kind of stuff. You can have a look through that to see what you're going to get. However, if we're lucky enough, those are the three we kind of want at the start: Demon, Boneless, and William. That said, nobody's going to be able to get those straight off the bat, so you're kind of stuck with what you get. Now, everybody can get Queen Anne relatively cheaply. Now, Queen Anne is the one that you get if you spend $1 to change your avatar. Far be it from me to suggest that everybody spends $1 on this game. However, it is $1, and changing your avatar is always a fun thing to do, and I would strongly suggest that doing that and getting that orange hero is a good bet. Everybody also should be able to get Mulan. So Mulan, wherever the heroine of courage, is available within the first 7 days if you basically just click. I think it's up here. There's an event that was here that said get Mulan. I just click every day. It's like logging in every day and you get Mulan. So basically, at the very least, everybody's going to start off with Mulan. And at the very, if you spend $1, you're going to start off with Mulan and Queen Anne. Now, those two heroes aren't necessarily, as I said, what we want. Queen Anne, as we can see here, is a ranged general, so not too bad, but, you know, just kind of generally good at most things. And Mulan is a little bit more of a support general, so someone can go in the middle. So effectively, I'm kind of thinking I'm going to have Queen Anne up the front, Mulan in the mid row until I can get better heroes. Now, just a little bit on the hero talent. This is something we'll probably talk about separately, but I just wanted to kind of run through these basic heroes and give you an idea of what I thought was the best ones to start off with. But as you can see here, each hero has 8 talents. Those talents are very similar. So the first talent for every hero is also always the skill called Dictator. This will increase the capacity of your squad, so how many troops can follow this hero. That is complemented by skill number 6, which is, as we've discussed previously, the awaken skill. This will increase this skill, so therefore increase the amount of troops that will follow this hero. Those two are probably the most important to open very, very quickly. Each hero then has skill number 2, skill number 5, and skill number 8 as individual different kind of sexy things. All right, so these are kind of not random, but these are different things than any other hero should have. Skills number 3, skills number 4, and skills number 7 are in general. Skills number 3 is a resistance skill, so this will increase the amount of resistance. Skill number 4 is a might skill, so think of this as defense and this is attack. In general, all 12 heroes, these two skills are the same, a might and resistance skill. And then also we have skill number 7, which in general is a might skill, so it will increase your might. However, for say North Rage there, that is also a HP skill, and I think there's one other that has that HP skill. But roughly speaking, all of these skills are kind of set and in the same formation. So skill 1, skill 6 increases the amount of people you can put in your legion. Skills 3, 4, and 7 increases your kind of strength, and then skills 2, 5, and 8 are going to give you individual buffs that will change what you do within the game, etc., etc., and they will work for particular units as well. Important thing to do is massively focus on getting skill number 1 up as fast as possible and unlocking to skill number 6, that awaken skill. By doing that, you're going to maximize the amount of troops you're going to have in your legion, and that's really the most important bit about attacking. Later on in the game, it's going to get important about who you place particularly where and what type of legions and your tier of troops and all that kind of stuff. But to begin with, early game, what you really want to do is maximize the amount of troops you can hold in that legion, which will enable you to attack higher level enemies, higher level camps, etc., etc., etc. Right, I've waffled on for a little bit, but just to kind of hopefully that was a good basic kind of cap on what the heroes are, which I think are the best starting heroes that if you're lucky you can get: the Demon, Boneless Person, and the William the Conqueror. And then I guess if you're going to just start out like I've started out and you've got Queen Anne and you've got Mulan, I would put Queen Anne at the front, Mulan in the middle, and then I'd just kind of be rolling the dice every day to see what I could get. That said, I am a big fan, and I recommend to everybody to hold until you have 10 tickets in order to draw it. I believe this does massively increase the chances, and you can see the chances here. And I also would wait for certain hourly events, etc., to do that, so you also increasing your chances of getting more resources and other prizes. Look, I hope that helps as a general kind of thing. I'm sure there's many of you out there who've been playing for years now who are going to go, "God, Gil, that's basic. We don't know all that. Or you're so stupid," and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. As I said at the start of this video, we are going back to the basics, relearning, and they've changed the names of some of these guys, and they put new ones in, so I have no idea who they are. So I had to sit here and draw graphs and all this kind of stuff and blah 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 blah. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Please click the like down below, subscribe if you can, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.